Hello and welcome. Have you ever felt that the path to a long and healthy life is becoming more and more complicated? We are constantly surrounded by advice telling us to buy expensive powders, follow strict and difficult diets, or push our bodies to the limit in the gym. But what if I told you that the real secrets to a long, vibrant life are not found in a pill or a punishing workout plan? What if they are found in the quiet daily rhythms of small villages tucked away in the corners of Europe? Today, we are going to journey to these places and unlock their simple, powerful longevity code. Before we begin, I have a simple question for you. What is one small thing that brought you a moment of joy today? Perhaps it was the warmth of the sun, a conversation with a neighbor, or the taste of your morning coffee. Please take a moment to share it in the comments below. I would genuinely love to read it. Let's start by clearing away some of the confusion that modern health culture has created. We are often told that to live longer, we need to make extreme changes to our lives. Magazines and television shows are filled with stories of miracle supplements that cost a small fortune. They promote complicated diets that cut out entire food groups, leaving us feeling hungry and deprived. We see images of people engaged in incredibly intense exercise, suggesting that unless you are sweating for an hour every day, you are not doing enough. This can all feel very overwhelming and for many of us, completely unrealistic. The truth is that these extreme approaches are often not sustainable and can sometimes do more harm than good. They create a sense of pressure and failure if we cannot keep up with such demanding routines. But the people in the world's healthiest communities do not live like this at all. You may have heard of the term blue zones, which are specific areas around the world where people live exceptionally long and healthy lives. While famous places like Okinawa in Japan or Sardinia in Italy get a lot of attention, there are many less-known pockets of longevity scattered throughout Europe. Imagine a small village on a sun-drenched Greek island, or a quiet community nestled in the mountains of Portugal. In these places, you will not find people obsessively counting calories or spending their afternoons in a high-tech gym. You will not see them lining up to buy the latest anti-aging potion or fitness gadget. Instead, their long lives are the natural result of their culture, their environment, and their simple daily habits. The real secret they hold is that there is no single, magical secret. Their longevity is woven into the very fabric of their everyday existence in a way that is gentle, natural, and joyful. They are living proof that health does not have to be a chore or a complicated science experiment. It is about finding a balanced and sensible way of life that nourishes the body and the soul. These communities defy our modern health trends by showing us a simpler, more connected way to live. Their wisdom challenges us to look past the noisy headlines and marketing claims. It invites us to discover that the most powerful tools for a long life are often the ones that have been with us all along. Now, let's pull up a chair to their table and explore one of the most important parts of their lifestyle, the food they eat. The foundation of their diet is beautifully simple. They eat real food, and most of it comes from the ground. This is what many now call a plant-forward diet, but for them it is just called lunch. Their plates are filled with a colorful variety of vegetables, hearty beans, lentils, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Many of these foods are grown in their own gardens or sourced from a local market down the road. This means their food is incredibly fresh, full of nutrients, and free from the preservatives and chemicals found in so much of our modern packaged food. Meat is not forbidden, but it is treated as a special occasion food, not something to be eaten every single day. When they do eat meat, it is often in small quantities, used to flavor a dish of vegetables or beans rather than being the main event. This approach is naturally lower in saturated fat and higher in fiber, which is wonderful for heart health and digestion. Just as important as what they eat is how they eat. In our fast-paced world, we often eat while distracted, standing up in the kitchen, sitting in the car, or watching television. In these longevity villages, a meal is a respected event, a time to slow down and connect. They practice what we might call mindful eating, paying attention to the flavors and textures of their food. They eat slowly, savoring each bite, which gives their brains time to receive the signal that their stomachs are full. This brings us to another key concept. They do not engage in restrictive dieting. You will not find them weighing their food or counting every last calorie. Instead, they listen to their bodies and follow a simple, wise principle. Eat until you are about 80% full. This small habit, practiced over a lifetime, prevents the chronic overeating that contributes to so many health problems. It is about satisfaction, not about stuffing oneself, allowing the body's natural hunger cues to be the guide. Each region also has its own special foods and traditions that contribute to their well-being. In the Mediterranean villages of Greece and Italy, extra virgin olive oil is a cornerstone of their diet. This healthy fat is used generously on salads, vegetables, and bread, providing powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. They also eat plenty of fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like sardines and anchovies. Health experts often recommend we get about 1,000 milligrams of omega-3s each day for a healthy heart. For us, that might mean taking a large capsule, but for them, it is just a normal lunch of grilled sardines, which provides that amount easily and deliciously. In the mountains, you might find them eating dark leafy greens that grow wild, packed with vitamins and minerals. They use an abundance of fresh herbs like oregano, rosemary, and thyme, not just for flavor, but for their medicinal properties. Their diet is a testament to the idea that food should be both a source of pleasure and a source of medicine. It is not about deprivation, but about an abundance of wholesome, unprocessed, and delicious foods enjoyed in good company. When we think about exercise, the image that often comes to mind is a gym filled with treadmills and weight machines. We think of structured workouts, scheduled classes, and the idea of no pain, no gain. But in the villages where people live the longest, this concept of formal exercise is almost entirely absent. They do not go to the gym. Instead, their entire life is designed in a way that keeps them naturally and consistently active. Movement is simply a byproduct of their daily existence, woven into every part of their day from morning until night. Consider the simple act of getting food. Instead of driving to a large supermarket once a week, they might walk to a local market several times a week. This daily walk provides gentle cardiovascular exercise, while also getting them out into the fresh air and sunlight. Many of them maintain a small garden in their backyard, which is a source of constant, varied physical activity. The acts of bending to pull weeds, digging in the soil, watering plants, and carrying baskets of fresh produce are fantastic forms of functional fitness. This type of movement uses all the major muscle groups, improves flexibility, and builds strength in a way that is practical and purposeful. Even daily chores around the house contribute to their physical well-being. They might knead bread by hand, hang laundry out on a line to dry, or sweep their own floors. These may seem like small tasks, but when done consistently over a lifetime, they add up to a significant amount of physical activity. It is this constant, low-intensity movement that keeps their bodies strong and agile well into their 90s and beyond. This stands in stark contrast to our modern sedentary lives, where we often sit for 8 hours at a desk and then try to compensate with 1 intense hour at the gym. Their approach is gentler, more consistent, and arguably more effective for long-term health. The work of the day is also the exercise of the day. Community life also plays a huge role in keeping them active. Physical activity is often a social event, not a solitary chore. In many Mediterranean villages, there is a tradition of the evening stroll known as the passeggiata in Italy. After dinner, the whole town seems to come out to walk through the main square, greeting friends and catching up on the day's news. This is not a power walk. It is a leisurely social activity that combines light exercise with vital human connection. Festivals and local celebrations almost always involve dancing, an activity that is wonderful for balance, coordination, and heart health. These events bring people of all ages together, from young children to great-grandparents, all moving and enjoying themselves as a community. This natural integrated approach to movement keeps their joints lubricated, their muscles toned, and their spirits high. It avoids the burnout and injuries that can come from overly intense workout regimens. They show us that the key to staying active is not to force ourselves to do exercises we dislike. It is to build a life where movement is a natural and enjoyable part of everything we do. It's about finding joy in walking, in working with our hands, and in celebrating life with our neighbors. While diet and movement are visible cornerstones of a long life, there are other, less obvious pillars that may be even more important. These are the unseen forces of human connection and a deep sense of purpose that animate daily life in these remarkable communities. In our modern world, loneliness has become a silent epidemic, but in these villages, strong social bonds are the norm. Family is the heart of the community, and it is common to see multiple generations living together under one roof or as close neighbors. Grandparents are not sent away to care facilities. They are respected elders who play an active and vital role in the family. They help raise grandchildren, pass down traditions and recipes, and offer the wisdom of their years. This daily interaction with loved ones provides an incredible sense of belonging and emotional security. But the connections extend far beyond the family unit. There is a powerful sense of community where people genuinely know and look out for one another. A trip to the local bakery is not just a transaction, it is an opportunity to chat with the baker and catch up on village news. People spend time sitting on their front steps, talking to neighbors who pass by. This constant face-to-face social interaction is a powerful buffer against stress and depression. When someone faces a hardship, the entire community often rallies to provide support, ensuring that no one has to carry their burdens alone. Alongside this deep sense of connection is the importance of having a clear purpose in life. The Japanese have a word for this, ikigai, which translates roughly to a reason to get out of bed in the morning. In these European villages, people do not have a formal retirement age in the way we do. They do not stop working one day and then face decades of unstructured time. Instead, their purpose evolves throughout their lives. For a centenarian, their ikigai might be as simple as tending to their small tomato garden each morning. It could be the responsibility of looking after their great-grandchildren for a few hours each day. It might be their role as the keeper of the family's stories, or the person everyone comes to for advice on making the perfect loaf of bread. These roles, no matter how small they may seem, provide a reason to stay engaged, active, and mentally sharp. Having a purpose gives life meaning and direction, which has a profound impact on both mental and physical health. This lifestyle also naturally leads to lower levels of chronic stress. The pace of life is slower and more deliberate. People are not constantly rushing from one appointment to the next, tethered to their phones and emails. They take time for leisurely meals, for naps in the afternoon, and for unscheduled conversations with friends. Their connection to nature, through gardening or simply living in a beautiful natural environment, also has a calming effect on the nervous system. When combined with the strong safety net of community support, this way of living creates a profound sense of peace and contentment. These unseen pillars of connection and purpose are the glue that holds everything else together. They remind us that true health is not just about the body, it is about nourishing the heart and the spirit as well. It is about feeling loved, needed, and part of something larger than oneself. We have journeyed through these remarkable European villages and uncovered their simple, powerful secrets to a long and happy life. The wisdom they offer is not complicated or out of reach. It is about returning to the basics of what it means to be human. So, how can we take these beautiful lessons and apply them to our own, often much busier modern lives? You do not need to move to a remote village to start experiencing the benefits of this lifestyle. It is about making small, deliberate choices every single day. Let's summarize the core habits and think about practical ways to integrate them. First, focus on adding more whole, plant-based foods to your plate. You do not need to become a vegetarian overnight. Simply start by adding one extra serving of vegetables to your dinner tonight. Try having one meat-free day per week, focusing on hearty meals made with beans, lentils, and whole grains. Swap one processed snack, like a bag of chips, for a handful of nuts or a piece of fresh fruit. When you cook, try using a good quality olive oil and fresh herbs instead of heavy, creamy sauces. Second, find ways to weave more natural movement into your daily routine. Instead of thinking about exercise, think about activity. If you can, park your car a little farther from the entrance of the grocery store and enjoy the short walk. Take the stairs instead of the elevator whenever you have the choice. After your evening meal, consider taking a gentle 10-minute walk around your neighborhood. If you have a small space, you could try planting a few herbs in a pot on your windowsill. The key is to find enjoyable ways to move your body that do not feel like a chore. Third, consciously nurture your social connections. Technology can sometimes isolate us, so make an effort to connect in more personal ways. Pick up the phone and call a friend or family member instead of just sending a text message. If you can, schedule a regular coffee or lunch date with someone whose company you enjoy. Make an effort to learn the name of your postal worker or the cashier at your local market. These small daily interactions can make a huge difference in combating loneliness and building a sense of community. And finally, take some time to reflect on your own sense of purpose. What gets you excited to wake up in the morning? It does not have to be a grand, world-changing mission. Your purpose might be found in a hobby you love, like painting, knitting, or woodworking. It could be in sharing your skills and knowledge with someone younger, perhaps a grandchild or a neighbor. It could be in volunteering for a local cause you care about, or simply in creating a warm and welcoming home for your loved ones. The challenge for all of us is to rethink our approach to health and happiness. It is not something you can buy in a bottle or achieve through a 30-day program. It is the sum of 1,000 small, sensible, and joyful choices made every day. It is about building a life that is rich in good food, gentle movement, loving relationships, and meaningful purpose. By embracing the wisdom of these European villages, we can unlock our own code to a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. If you found this conversation helpful and thought-provoking, I invite you to subscribe to the channel for more discussions like this. Your support helps us continue to share these important ideas. Please remember, I am not a medical doctor. The information shared here is based on extensive research and my experience in helping people with their health, diets, and overall well-being. Always consult with your own healthcare provider for any personal medical advice